Today, we're at the Cleveland State University campus in the Michael Swartz Library, where the third floor shows this most amazing piece of art called The Love Letter to Cleveland. Two people that I want to tell you about today are Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. They're the creators of Superman. My name is Teresa SloweyWhitham. This is American Dream TV selling Cleveland. And today I'm going to take you on a tour of Cleveland and tell you more about how Superman was created right here in our great city. Superman was created by two schoolmates in the 1930s. They lived just blocks apart here in the Glenville neighborhood of Cleveland. To best tell you more about Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Lee Goldie, who, interesting enough, was also Joe Shuster's cousin. Lee, thank you so much for coming here today to talk to us about the creation of Superman. Nice to have you.
Teresa, thank you so much for having me. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster are the writer and artist who created Superman in Glenville in the 1930s. For 6 years, no one wanted to publish this because they thought it was just a crazy idea. It was created one night when Jerry Siegel came up with the idea and he could not sleep. He kept running to his desk to write down the ideas. He went back to sleep, thought of something else and ran back. That next morning, legend has it, in his pajamas, he ran 9 blocks to Joe's house right here and gave him the story and said, "Draw this." And that's where Superman was created. He is a man to serve the oppressed. He's a superhero to help people do good.
Here we are on the 42nd floor of the Terminal Tower Observation Deck in downtown Cleveland. Today, I'm with Michael Sangiacomo, who's a former reporter, a retired reporter from the Cleveland Plain Dealer, who also wrote a column on comic books for nearly 30 years.
True.
Can you tell us, Michael, how important it is that if we're talking about the creation of Superman, we should do it in the Terminal Tower?
We should. The Terminal Tower was always the crown jewel of Cleveland. And back in the 30s, when Jerry and Joe were developing Superman as an idea, while I was still in high school, they would take the trolley down here to the Cleveland Library, which is right across the street. And they would read newspapers and magazines and talk. And they said that they would look at this tower and they would imagine, what if a guy could actually fly around the tower or leap over the tower? Wouldn't that be something? And this was something that stayed with them, so that when they finally created Superman, he did in fact leap over the tower, leaping tall buildings at a single bound, as it were. Right. So it was very important to the creation of Superman.
Let me introduce you to Gary Kaplan. Gary is the president of the Siegel-Shuster Society, which is a nonprofit organization. And I want to hear more about what the society is all about. What is your mission and how do you commemorate Superman?
So our mission is to commemorate and to celebrate the creation of Superman in Cleveland by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Great. And isn't there also a display at the Cleveland Hopkins Airport? Yes,
also we were behind that, the Siegel and Shuster Society at the airport, Cleveland Hopkins Airport. Our society created a permanent Superman display, which has a statue of Superman and a phone booth, and it has a sign with that reads, "Welcome to Cleveland, where the legend began."
I'm Teresa SloweyWhitham. This is American Dream TV selling Cleveland. And I think there's only one thing left to say. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.